like I give a fuck.
Hi, Princess Jerry Cannoli here. I'm back! Back at Bobby Lacera's fabulous Paradise Studios over here in Massapequa. It's good to be home. You like my new co-host? This is Stinky. He doesn't say a whole lot just yet, but you wait and see. Next month he starts his new segment. Before I begin tonight's show, I just want to dedicate this to my Aunt Tess. Aunt Tess passed away last month, and she was just about a few days shy of 97. Great lady, raised my cousins wonderfully. I love my cousins, they're so cool. And my Aunt Tess made the best cheesecake. She will definitely be missed. So without saying anything more on that, before I cry, we're going to get right into my first segment here, which is about Lucky Luciano. Bobby, take us away. He was born Salvatore Lucina and is considered the father of modern organized crime. He was born in Sicily, and somewhere around 1909, they immigrated to the United States and settled into New York's Lower East Side. At the age of 14, Salvatore dropped out of school and started a job delivering hats. But after winning a large amount of money, he quit and started earning money in the streets. He started his own gang and was a member of 5 Points Gang, where they committed petty crimes and offered Jewish kids protection from Irish and Italian gangs for 10 cents a week while learning the pimping trade. During this time, he met Meyer Lansky, whose defiant responses to Lucky's threats somehow formed a partnership. During Prohibition, Luciano met future mafia leaders, and also during this time, he, Costello, and Genovese started their own bootlegging operation with financing from Arnold the Brain Rothstein. The Brain was a mentor and taught him how to move about in high society. 1923, Luciano was caught selling heroin to undercover agents. Although he served no jail time, his reputation was tarnished amongst his high-class associates. So to salvage his reputation, he bought 200 expensive seats to the Dempsey boxing match, and then gave them to gangsters and politicians. Rothstein then took him on a shopping trip to buy expensive clothes for the fight, and bam, his reputation was saved. Luciano used lessons learned from Rothstein, turning activities into empires. 1929, Lucky wasn't so lucky. He was forced into a limo at gunpoint by 3 men. He was beaten, stabbed, and strung up by his hands from a beam in a warehouse. He survived, but was left with a scar and a droopy eye. Fast forward to 1942, World War II. The government struck a deal with Luciano, who was imprisoned. Naval intelligence was concerned about German and Italian agents entering through the New York waterfront. Knowing the mafia controlled the waterfront, the U.S. Navy contacted Lansky to work out the deal. 1946, because he cooperated, his sentence was dropped if he went to Italy. So Luciano went to Italy. January 1962, Luciano died of a heart attack in Naples International Airport. He was unaware that the Italian drug agents were planning on arresting him on drug smuggling charges. 3 days later, 300 people in attendance in Naples. With permission of the U.S. government, Luciano's body was brought back to New York for burial, with Gambino, a longtime friend, who gave his eulogy. All right, guys, I hope you liked that little segment about Lucky Luciano. Up next is, you're going to love this one. He's a little Lubats. It's my Uncle Al. Take it away, Bob. All right, that was Al Brown from Brick City. Yeah, he's a little out there, but He'll be here every month. Next up, I have something a little bit magical. Bobby, I'm not going to give any more hints, so just take it away. He was born Eric Weiss on March 4th, 1874, in Budapest, Hungary, to a Jewish family, Cecilia and Meyer Weiss. They arrived in the United States in July of 1878 and changed the family name of Weiss, W-E-I-S-Z, to the German spelling of W-E-I-S-S. The Weisses lived on Appleton Street in Appleton, Wisconsin. After his father lost his job, Eric and his father moved to New York. The rest of the family joined them after permanent housing was found. As a child, Eric took several jobs, making his debut as a trapeze artist. Around 1890, Eric began to call himself Harry Houdini. He took Harry from the American magician Harry Keller and Houdin from the French magician Jean Houdin, but he added an I at the end. In 1891, he began his magic career with little success. He performed in dime museums and sideshows. He focused on traditional card tricks. Houdini was competent, but not skilled in the art of sleight of hand. He lacked grace and finesse required to achieve excellence in the craft, and soon started experimenting with escape acts. Houdini's big break came in 1899 when he met manager Martin Beck. Beck was impressed with the Houdini's handcuff act and advised him to concentrate on escape acts, then booked him on a vaudeville circuit. Within months, he was performing at the top vaudeville houses. In 1900, Beck arranged a tour in Europe. This is when Houdini gave a demonstration of escaping from handcuffs at Scotland Yard. After baffling the police so effectively, he was booked for 6 months. Between 1900 and 1920, he appeared in theaters all over Great Britain. He performed escape acts, illusions, card tricks, and outdoor stunts. From the police restraining him in shackles in jail cells to straitjackets in plain sight of street audiences. He escaped from locked water-filled milk cans, nailed packing crates lowered into water, riveted boilers, wet sheets, mailbags, and even from the belly of a whale that washed ashore. Houdini introduced the Chinese water torture cell in 1912, where he was suspended upside down in a locked glass and steel cabinet filled with water. He held his breath for more than 3 minutes and performed this act for the rest of his life. One of his most notable non-escape stage illusions was making a full-grown elephant vanish from the stage. In 1923, Houdini became president of Martinka and Company. This is America's oldest magic company and is still in operation today. He also served as president of the Society of American Magicians from 1917 to his death in 1926. Now we talk about the dressing room incident. This happened at the Princess Theatre in Montreal, Canada, and it's speculated was the cause of death. 2 of Houdini's students asked Houdini if he believed in miracles of the Bible, and was it true that punches in the stomach did not hurt him. Houdini waved them off casually, replying his stomach could endure a lot. One of his students delivered some very powerful blows while Houdini was reclining on a couch, resting a broken ankle. Throughout the evening, Houdini performed in great pain and remained in constant pain over the next couple of days, but he did not seek medical help. When he finally saw a doctor, he had a fever of 102 and was diagnosed with acute appendicitis. It was advised to have immediate surgery, which he ignored and decided to go on with the show. October 24th, 1926, he arrived at the Garrick Theatre in Detroit, Michigan, what would be his last performance. With 104 fever, he took to the stage. He also passed out during the show. He was revived and he continued. Afterwards, he was hospitalized. Doctors operated with no avail. The burst appendix poisoned his system, and on October 31st, he passed away. His funeral was held on November 4th, 1926, in Glendale, Queens, at the Machpelah Cemetery, with the crest of the American Magicians Society inscribed on his grave. There were over 2,000 mourners in attendance. Houdini's brother Theodore Hardin performed after inheriting all effects and props. Houdini's will stipulated after Hardin died, all the props and effects were to be burned and destroyed. Much of the collection was sold off and is displayed at the Houdini Magical Hall of Fame in Niagara Falls. In 1995, a fire destroyed the museum. It was restored by illusion builder John Gaughan. The props were eventually auctioned off in 1999 and 2008. Remember when I said before the Appleton Street in Appleton, Wisconsin? That is now called Houdini Plaza. I hope you enjoyed my little segment. ALJ Service Center, 2100 Belmore Avenue in Belmore. Ray and the crew have an outstanding reputation in the Belmore community, built by hard work, honesty, and professionalism. ALJ specializes in computer diagnostics for today's modern automobiles. Whether it's domestic or foreign, ALJ assures your vehicle is at peak performance when it leaves. ALJ also offers expert restoration and repair on vehicles as well as antique, classic, and muscle cars. Call ALJ for your automotive needs. 516-409-4433. Once again, that number is 516-409-4433.
This is Jerry Ann Casola. She has just finished working on a collection of short stories about the love and joy rescue animals can bring. Each chapter contains a message about how people should and could be kinder to animals. The book is rated G, meaning family friendly. To order Life in the Pits, send $13 to paypal.me/Jerry Ann Casola.
I love Houdini. That was pretty interesting. I did a lot of research on that one, and there was a lot that I did not know. And next up, we have our music spotlight, and this is featuring Dan Acosta. This is the second time he's done my entrance music, and you got to listen to the rest of his stuff. So, without further ado, here is Dan Acosta with his band Access Unknown. In this month's music spotlight is Dan Acosta from Access Unknown. Dan is also known as the Black Sheep. I know Dan for years. He's a super talented singer-songwriter who I'm proud to call my friend. Dan has done my entrance music for Chasing Fruit Loops for the past 2 seasons and also appears every year for my birthday bash. This TV reality star has been on Ink Master and Ink Master Redemption, as well as other shows. He's a pro wrestler in ECPW, New York and New Jersey, as well as also doing photo and video on the side. Dan and his fiancée Nicole have relocated to Myrtle Beach, and Dan is now up for several nominations, including Male Rock Artist of 2022 by the Carolina Music Awards, and is also an ISSA Award finalist. What can you expect from Access Unknown? They sound a little bit like Godsmack, Metallica, Black Label Society, or Alice in Chains. So without further interruptions, in our music spotlight this month is Dan Acosta with his band Access Unknown.
Forever running away, lost and wasted, and promising no one life. Through the darkest days, fade away in the blink of an eye. Love, what we try to find before the candle burns out and everything grows cold. As time rolls on, until it's your time to finally say goodbye. 'Cause I live your life beneath the clouds. There's a good man down when it has no end. Son, you've got your crosses to bear between a saint and a sinner on some very fine line. Upon your face, only time will tell you if it was worth that. But now you live your life seems without these words. With your head held high and feet on tomorrow. Do you think it's true or do you just lie and hollow? But at the end of the day, everything still takes no way to lie.
This is Jerry Ann Casola. She has just finished working on a collection of short stories about the love and joy rescue animals can bring. Each chapter contains a message about how people should and could be kinder to animals. The book is rated G, meaning family friendly. To order Life in the Pits, send $13 to paypal.me/Jerry Ann Casola.
All right, that was my friend Dan Acosta. He right now is living down in South Carolina or North Carolina, wherever. But he's up for 7 nominations for these music awards down there. And I just want to wish him lots of luck. If anybody wants to check out any more of his music, go to www.accessunknown.com. And up next, we have one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. This place I cannot say enough about. I've been up there during the reconstruction. I've been up on the roof drinking beer with the security guard and one of my girlfriends. And I can't say anything more, so let's go into Oheka Castle. Otto Hermann Kahn purchased 443 acres of land to build Oheka Castle, in response to Jews being forbidden entry to country clubs and golf courses in Morristown, New Jersey. 2 years was spent building the artificial hill, which the home was placed upon. The mansion built by Kahn between 1914 and 1919 is the largest private home in New York and the second largest in the United States. This French-style chateau hosted some of the most lavish parties in the Roaring '20s. 109 square feet with 127 rooms was used as a summer home and regularly entertained royalty, heads of state, and Hollywood stars. After Kahn died in 1934, the state changed several hands. It was a retreat for sanitation workers, a government training school for merchant marines, and in 1948, the Eastern Military Academy bought Oheka, bulldozed the gardens, subdivided rooms, and painted over the walls. The academy went bankrupt 40 years later. The castle was abandoned, vandalized, and numerous fires were set. In 1984, Gary Melius purchased Oheka and the remaining 22 acres of land. He then took the challenge of restoring it to its original grandness. Melius wanted to preserve the authenticity of Oheka. Architects, historians, and researchers were hired to corroborate every last detail. Slate roof tiles used in the 2-year restoration were supplied from the very same quarry where Kahn purchased the originals. The handcrafted wrought iron railings in the grand staircase took over 2 months to refurbish. Specialists were brought in to restore the walls in the library, and rubber castings were made to restore the beautiful plaster moldings, not only in the library, but the ballroom as well. The formal gardens were recreated. 8 reflecting pools were resurrected, as well as 3 fountains. The castle is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and is a member of the Historic Hotels of America, which is dedicated to promoting heritage and cultural travel to these beautiful treasures. Oheka is noted as one of the most prestigious wedding venues and has been in many notable movie and TV production. You ask how the place was named Oheka. It is an acronym using the first letters of his name. O for Otto, H-E for Herman, and K-A for Kahn. Oheka. He also had a yacht called Oheka II and a villa called Villa Oheka in Palm Beach, Florida. There is also a rumor that there was an underground tunnel from the castle to Cold Spring train station and underground cages that held tigers. If you're ever in the vicinity or just want to take the trip, I highly suggest it. Oheka has a lot of good memories for me. I've been up on the roof drinking beers while it was being restored, thanks to a girlfriend who had a boyfriend who was doing security. And my sister got married there. I stayed overnight and it was totally magical. So if you have nothing to do on a Sunday, go on down to Oheka Castle, make your reservations. During the week they do tours, and check out their website. All right, that was about Oheka Castle. Like I said, I've been up there, I can't tell you how many times. The place is wonderful, the food is great. So if you get a chance, go up there. Do make a reservation though. And also check out their website, www.oheka.com. Next month, we have vampires, pirates, and a starlet. And Stinky. So check out Chasing Fruit Loops. And I'll see you guys next month. Toodles.